The fuck was that loud ass snap?
That was me giving you the 3, 2, 1.
I thought you was trying to Thanos me.
If anybody's getting Thanos, it's me. I'm the only nigga who fucking got disappeared.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Somebody got to go be.
Hey, I said it was that bank heist all over again.
Or did I the only one survive and you niggas went to the other reality?
Interesting.
But if you hear the sound of our voice, oh shit!
What is that? I'm so sorry. I don't even know what that was.
Oh my god! All right, and scene. All right, so if you hear the sound of our voice, that means you are listening to another edition of the Definitely Fresh Show. It is I, Mr. Tone Deaf, and of course, immediately to my left is my one and only partner in crime of the world's most dangerous podcast, Mr. Young, Fresh, and Fly. What's going on, little bro?
Hey, man, we in this bitch. We on like episode 1. What is it, 156?
156.
Episode 156. We are on the road to 200. You know, I keep using that as a hashtag. So if you see me on Instagram, you see me on Facebook, I feel like we got to do something big for the 200 episode.
Yeah.
But we got some time to think about what we're going to do because we definitely like 40-some episodes away. But we're going to do something big, though.
I'll start using the hashtag when we get to 175.
Yeah. No, nigga, we on the road to 200.
Yeah, we're on the road, but I'm not going to start saying it.
No, I want it in people's heads. I want people to know that we are finna to embark on 200 episodes. But shout out to all my fellow podcast brothers. I think Weston Suits is almost at 100 episodes. I think Egos and Opinions is almost at 100 episodes. TZ Talks is almost at 100 episodes. The Whatever Podcasts they well past 100 now. I think they're on like 103, 104. So niggas is hitting milestones out here. Shout out to Smoking Gossip. I just watched their last episode on Facebook. I think they on like 60 something. So niggas out here, they really doing it, man. They really doing it. And shout out to all of them. I believe they were nominated for Best Podcast Award for this Mula Awards or whatever it is.
I just called it the MULA just in case it's an acronym or something.
Yeah, so shout out to the Podcast Awards. Just know I'm getting nominated next year.
We gonna get a lifetime achievement.
But I'm a Drake the show. Like I'm gonna win, but I'm not gonna show up.
You can do that. I'm gonna Kanye this bitch.
You just gonna Twitter rant?
Bro, I'm gonna Taylor Swift him.
Cool, you just gonna interrupt somebody. They gonna whoop your ass.
You know what the funny part is? Every single pod that got nominated, we cool with them anyway. So even if we interrupt it, who the fuck is we gonna give it to?
That's true.
Right. Maybe we could just Lil Mama it then.
You just be on stage with them?
Yeah, just be on stage with them.
Yeah, we want to share y'all moment. Because we did it first. Shout out to us. Us weekly in this beach.
See, but that'd be me, dog. If we actually won the award, like if we got nominated and won the award, I would share it with everybody.
You would?
I would share it with everybody.
I would thank myself.
That's why we two different people.
Me, myself, and I.
I would thank everybody. I would show love to the shows that we did beforehand.
Look,
retired.
First of all, don't get it twisted. I got love for my niggas. But they wasn't in here building this they wasn't building this content with me. They wasn't shooting in the gym when I was shooting.
They were, though.
They wasn't in this gym.
Look, since we hit 100, when we crossed the threshold of 135, we probably have had our best year ever on the Death Fresh Show. Like, that's not even being funny, dog. Like, on paper, we've been in the game for 7 years. But when it comes to actual episodes, we have barely done a half a year's worth of work each year. Like, when we started, we had 22 episodes. And the next year, we had 21. And the next year, we had 23. And then in 2015, we only had 16. 2016, we only had 16. 2017, we only had 17. But 2018, we have 43.
So what you saying is we was like a consistent 20-point nigga.
Bro, we dropped an episode a month.
Man, we was a consistent 20-point nigga.
I mean, we was a great 6-man off the bench.
Right. But now it's time to show niggas that we superstars.
Right. And you know what, Doug?
I'm
not mad about that.
LeBron got drafted in 2003 and did not get his first ring until like 2013.
Most of that was because his team sucked, though.
But it doesn't matter. He was 7 years in before he got his first ring.
We actually had a fire team. Dog, I sit back and think about it. If we have the setup we had now with the team we had back then, dog, it might have been lit. Because me and Tasha's taste would have been lit.
But sometimes you have a great team, but you don't know how to win the championship.
True.
So I feel like all the things that we learned over those first 6 or 7 years with that team that we had, we can now instill this knowledge in this new team that we have, and we could go out here, we can win the championship because we know more than we knew last time.
But you know what's funny? This new team, or we call it the new team, is actually the squad we should have had in the beginning anyway.
I don't know. It's a couple niggas off the old team that was valid.
I definitely would love Tasha for me and her to keep doing her show. I had fun doing her show.
And Dia was dope.
Dia was, oh my God, dog. We got to get Dia back. You know what? 2019, we bringing back the poetry pusher.
Push that poetry.
We got to go get her.
Push that poetry.
Because with the new setup, dog, it's more beneficial for her.
Man, she can stand a mic up and just close her eyes
go.
and spit poetry bars.
I'm just saying. But, and then we got to get her on Hostly Awkward with Mimi, too, though.
Yeah.
Have Dia in the building for the one time.
Bring the finest of fruit and kush.
That'll be epic.
Only the finest of breast milks.
But, so how was your weekend so far, Juan?
I mean, same old, same old. I spent most of it at work with white people.
Or did you? Because you had one particular white person when I came to get you today. That nigga still missing. Did they ever find him? Did he come in?
I mean,
did he come back? Let me put it like that.
I don't know if he came back. I wanted to call the store to see if he came back, but then I was like, that's not my problem. But at the same time, I think, so sometimes I think things are a test. And I think I should have called back to check on my guy, see if he came back, because they probably would have been like, oh, man, that's why I'm being a good supervisor. He called and checked.
You got to start thinking like a supervisor now, not
like... So, like, when you at work at, like, 8:30 in the morning, and the potential of you staying till 10 o'clock is staring you in the face, you don't give a fuck about shit. You just want to leave when they let you leave.
I don't think legally they can make you. Like, you're not salary, are you?
No.
Okay. Because you're hourly, you still have to follow the hourly rules.
I mean, they can't make me stay.
But your integrity won't.
Right. Okay. Me not wanting people to be fucked over wouldn't allow me to leave.
Do you work in the morning?
Yes.
So basically, it's also benefits you because if there's no closing supervisor, you have to do everything that was supposed to be done at closing when you get up in the morning. Well, a portion of it has to be done in order for you to be able to start your day properly.
Right. Like if certain things don't get done at night,
you have to.
When I get there in the morning, like. For like one of the priorities every morning is I have to make sandwiches and get like the grab and go sandwiches prepped.
Right.
But at night, if you don't restock the sandwich bar, then when I get there in the morning, before I start making sandwiches, I got to make sure I have everything that I need to make a sandwich. And if I don't have everything I need to make a sandwich, then I got to run around the store, find it, fill it, and then make sandwiches. So that's usually like an hour and a half I spent when it probably would have only took me 30 minutes to make sandwiches.
You know what, Doug? Y'all got fire-ass sandwiches.
We do. You didn't see that sandwich I made for bro?
I seen that sandwich, and I was actually considering buying one until I seen how long it took you to make that damn sandwich.
Hey, you want quality?
I'm not complaining about the length in the sense of I respect you taking that long. I just don't feel like if I really wanted that sandwich and I only got a 30-minute lunch break, I'm not coming to Fresh Time to get my sandwich.
Call ahead of time. I tell everybody.
Oh, didn't know we had that option.
Yeah, call ahead of time. Because if I'm making your sandwich, I'm going to treat you like I would treat myself.
Can I get that special unsomething meat done on mine? Pause.
All the meat is uncured. Well, most of it is.
Okay. But what is uncured?
Nigga, this is not a deli.
I'm just asking.
Okay. There's this thing called brine.
It's a guy called Brian.
No. There's this thing called... Okay, so some ham is cooked in brine and then some isn't. Brine is just the juice.
Oh, okay. So it's either cooked without the juices or cooked with the juices.
Right. That's what makes it cured and uncured.
Okay. It's just that simple.
Really simple.
Okay.
They just like to use words like uncured to make you think like, oh, this is complicated.
Because no, when I look at... Okay, so... I'm a smart human being, so I didn't think this. But I can see an average person coming in saying, this chicken was uncured. Well, that means that when this chicken died, it had a disease, and y'all just said, fuck it.
Yes, Tone. We left AIDS and everything in that
I'm just saying, y'all are like an uppity-ass restaurant. I seen vegan beef patties, which I don't understand how those two words can go together, but it was there. Vegan beef patties for $6. I don't know if that's a deal.
I don't either.
But I will tell you this, though.
Lemonades are fire.
Yeah. Ooh.
If you ever come to Fresh Time, get a lemonade. It's fire.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't buy nothing else, buy some CB oil and a lemonade.
Drop some CBD oil in your lemonade. That might be fire.
Is it possible?
I don't know.
Doesn't that dilute it? You know what? I don't even want to know. But... So,
what's happening?
What are we here to talk about tonight? Or today?
We're here to talk about not a plethora of things, but so what's really had the internet on fire for the last week or so is the fact that Jaquise, are you familiar with Jaquise?
Oh, you talking about the guy that steals songs and claims he makes hits and shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I know who that guy is.
So, Jaquise came out and said that he was the king of R&B for this generation.
Wait, what?
He said he was the king of R&B of this generation.
Who lied to that man?
I don't know who lied to this man. Now, when you get to talking about the king of R&B, that's a heavy crown to wear.
I had the record scratch that one. Okay. That title is a heavy title, but it's also a dangerous title. Just like the king of the South or the king of hip hop or the king of the North. You know, it's a lot of people that fight for that title. But it's hard to actually break down who would really be the king of R&B, though.
True, but I like to do everything in... Like when I listen to music, watch TV, video games, sports, wrestling, I think everything is generational.
Fact.
So, because... Tone, you are older than me, my king of R&B may not necessarily be your king of R&B because the music was a little different when you were younger coming up.
Actually, when it comes to R&B, I think we might actually have the exact same king of R&B.
That's not true because we just had a whole discussion how you was giving the title to Bobby Brown.
No.
So that's not true.
I said Whitney Houston says Bobby Brown is the king of R&B.
Well, Whitney Houston is no longer with us to dispute this facts anymore.
And I can see why when you look at what you determines makes somebody the king of R&B. But let's be honest, and it's kind of like been the universal agreement is as much as I don't like to give this man any credit, I want him muted. I want him behind bars.
We
I
all
want
do.
him to get him therapy. When you take out his life
And you strictly look
and
at the
you
music.
strictly look at the music he's written, the music he's performed, the records, at the end of the day, Robert Theodore Kelly.
Wait, is his middle
I
name
don't
really
know.
Theodore?
I don't know.
Did you just make up some
I
shit?
just gave him a middle name. But Robert Theodore Kelly is the king of R&B, bruh.
Right. Now,
He is.
but like I said earlier, I look at things in generations.
True.
So, R. Kelly was heavy in the 90s. Now, I was born in 88, so, you know, I got a little familiarity with the 90s, but Tone was more of a teenager in the 90s, so possibly that's what they was jamming.
He was jamming a lot of shit that's are now considered one-hit wonders.
No, I'm saying
But
like
yeah, he had some.
R. Kelly had some joints back in the 90s.
Yes, he did.
I grew up with Usher.
I
So,
can see
so
Usher.
if you want to give R. Kelly the king of the 90s, then when we slide into the late 90s and the early 2000s, you got to give it to Usher.
Yeah, no doubt.
Usher has hits.
He still has hits.
Well,
Don't say that he still can't make a hit.
I'm not saying he can't make a hit. I just don't want to hear Usher talking this young man jargon.
But when you sell records and that's your whole job,
I'm not here for Usher to talk about drip, sauce, swag, running up a check. I'm not here for none of that.
why can't he swag out on these hoes?
Nah, I'm not here for any of that. I'm here for trading places Usher, confessions Usher.
Okay, but what? There's nothing less for him to confess to if he told everything. He
Man.
got to do something.
I'm pretty sure he's still cheating on bitches.
No, he's not. Why would you put that narrative out there?
Because that's what makes good R&B.
Black men don't cheat.
Shit. They piss on kids. Now what? I'd rather you cheat than to piss on the kid.
I'm gonna have to let you get that one. I don't want nobody pissing on kids. I mean, I can't lie though. My Way was my album though.
So like, if there was three kings of R&B, I'm giving it to R. Kelly, Usher, and for this generation, it's Chris Brown.
Okay, I agree with you on all three of those. Like, if we're going based on album sales, presence, the whole 9 yards. One, all three of them have had some kind of tragedy that they had to deal with.
Chris Brown is still living his tragedy.
I mean, people won't let go what happened in the Lambo.
You know what? Honestly, I feel like if people would let go of what Chris Brown did that night in that Lamborghini, Chris Brown would be a pop star.
Yes, and that's why.
But white people won't let Chris Brown forget about it. White people won't forget about it. They won't let him forget about it, which is why Chris Brown can't be a pop star.
Well, that's because with things like domestic violence, the Me Too movement, sexual harassment, and all these things are now being in the forefront so heavily. Yeah, it's hard for a black man, period, to ever get over the hump of when some form of domestic abuse has occurred. Now, we all said, one, we don't know what happened in that car. It's between him and Rihanna. Two, Rihanna done forgave him because they all talk, kick it, hang out. They socialize together and nobody's mad at each other. So why are you still mad at it? And three, if you know Rihanna got a mouth on her. So for all we know, she may have hit him first.
I just feel like
But-
people pick and choose
When they want to care and not
with
care.
situations when they want to forgive you when they don't. Like let's not forget Usher was blamed for giving bitches the clap like 6 months ago.
But it wasn't his fault. He didn't do it, though. He got proved that he didn't do it.
Okay, he didn't do it, but they let it go. People not blaming him no more. They're not talking about it.
You want to know why?
So what? Chris Brown slapped her Rihanna. She said, "Hey, all this forgiven. If she get forgiven, why can't the people forgive him?"
Because
I mean, hell, R. Kelly got. They said he did it. It's like 70 women that said he did it. It's 70 bitches like, "Hey, you had me locked up in this basement," but they still buying tickets to the show. You got old bitches in the front row wiping off your tongue. How filthy can you be, my guy?
Look.
Oh, yeah, that's the king of R&B for you.
That's how you become the king. It's one of the perks of being the king.
Being filthy?
You can get away with shit. When he's no longer the king, that's when he's going to start getting crucified left and right. But as long as he's still the king of R&B, he gets away with a lot of shit. Because the one thing about it is when the video first came out, see, because you were still young when that video dropped.
I was in middle school when the video
You're
came out.
still young. With me, I was like freshman year of college. Because I remember me and my peoples were in the dorm watching this video, trying to figure out if it was him. We wasn't trying to watch the video to, get our shit off or anything. We were trying to see, is this really R. Kelly? And when it came out, it was two videos. It was some little bit older, light-skinned chick sitting in the chair and him eating ass. Then it was the other one where the little young girl sucking some dick. All of a sudden, you see a dude walk off. You don't really see who it is, but all of a sudden you come back and the dude is standing right there next to her with his dick on her shoulder. And all of a sudden you just start seeing the front of her chest get wet. And that's when you was like, this nigga is pissing on her. Like, what the fuck?
Where was that fucking Zorro mask then?
He wasn't even, you couldn't see his head, but it was supposed to have been all, like the room and everything. People was what pointed out and noticed, like, hey, that's such and such room in this house on this street in this city. So they like, okay, that's how he got off. Because when it came to the peeing on the girl, we seen it, but we didn't see who it was. When it came to the girl who ass he was eating out, it just looked like an uncombed hair R. Kelly. Okay? He had the woke hair look before it was actually out. So, it was one of those. This was back before HD, so we couldn't see shit of who this really is. So he got off because of that. But when the other accusations started rolling out about bitches being locked up in the crib and chicks he were promising these contract deals to, but turned them into sex slaves and stuff like that, it was more like, we don't believe you. You need more people. You need proof. So he got away with it because he kept dropping new music. And now, around about this time, the Trapped in the Closet series came out. The Stepping in the Name of Love came out. Like all these songs that have been engulfed in the generation, like old folks who probably shouldn't even be walking will get up and fucking two-step or whatever they doing to Stepping in the Name of Love. You don't even have to play the words. Just play the fucking melody.
It's crazy because as much as I hate what he's done or what what they accusing him of is fucking foul, you can't deny the music.
And that's the fucking problem. That's the problem. If there was not the music, if he put out a bad album, if at least one of his albums was trash, at least one, he would get crucified. But because he puts out a great album and people buy it because they love it and it's fantastic, he takes the sales of the money from that album and he goes by the finest of coke and the finest of lawyers.
I just want R. Kelly to seek help and stop dressing like a superhero.
I want him to dress his age.
Yeah, fam, like 55.
That's all I ask. Aaron Hall rocked suits all his life. And we did not question that man about anything he did.
Well, he did beat his wife with that boot.
Maybe.
Man.
Maybe she did something that he just could not stand. He couldn't take it no more.
So he beat her with a boot?
And the boot was the closest thing to him. I'm not justifying the beating.
It sounds like you are.
This is wrong. Beating is if you've ever been hit with a cowboy boot, or if you've ever accidentally knocked on a cowboy boot just to see how hard it was, that you might as well hit somebody with an actual whole fucking horse. Two things is hard as hell.
But back to not only. The whole situation of being the king of R&B was fucking funny. Because it had niggas who ain't put out projects since I was in high school coming out the fucking blue. Like Bobby Valentino out here challenging niggas to a sing-off. Last time Bobby Valentino was relevant,
was when
He was skipping out on his tab for boy sex.
Nope. The last time Bobby Valentino was relevant was when he was the lead singer of Mista singing Blackberry Molasses.
No, that's two different Bobby Valentinos.
No, the same Bobby V.
When was he singing Blackberry Molasses?
That was in '96. Cause you remember Pac was on it before he died.
I'm talking about. Nah, he was skipping out on. I'm talking about Bobby Valentino from DTP.
Same Bobby.
That can't be the same Bobby.
Same Bobby V, dog.
That was skipping out on his bill for tranny sex.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. You definitely need to sex.
Wait a minute. First of all, how do you skip out on the bill? Like, ain't you supposed to pay up front? I mean, not just tranny sex, just any prostitute. Period.
I guess he had.
He had a tab?
Yeah.
He just use an old credit card?
I mean, I didn't know you could have a tab with a hoe.
I mean, when you famous, you get famous escorts, I guess so.
Or do y'all just like pony up at the end of the week? Or
I guess he just has a run into it. Depends. I don't know. Maybe we're in the wrong business.
I mean, do they pony up like every month on the 3rd?
Maybe. You got to think about it. Most celebrities would use an escort service in that case.
Yeah, but why would you call the one that's sending out boy pussy?
Maybe that's what you want. Like, you keep being surprised that there's dudes wanting to bang dudes that look like girls.
Why would you want to fuck a nigga that look like a dude? I mean,
because they're gay and they can't be out gay because, of course, it'll fuck up their careers, or so they think.
No, his career's already dead.
No. I'm being dead serious.
I'm being dead serious too.
No. Just here's the thing about music. Your career is not really dead until you're dead, and even then, your career is still not dead. Your career is just paused until your next hot single. That's literally how the music business works. Think about it. Prime example. Usher. Fire-ass songs. Usher would disappear. No, even better. Tamia, the one that's married to Grant Hill.
Right.
Okay? She didn't have to work. Never had to make a song ever again because G Hill was bringing in money.
Yeah, but he not.
Hold on. He never spent his money frivolously like most dudes because you got to remember, them two have been together for damn near his whole career. So he wasn't out here impressing bitches, hitting up strip clubs, balling out of control. They were building the future. But she only dropped an album whenever that nigga got injured. But when she dropped it, she always had one fire single on every album, which made people buy the album. So
what
it
we do, the things we do. That doesn't count, Tone.
No, but it does because that means that you don't have to be out here grinding to still be relevant in the music business. As long as you drop fire music, regardless of how big the gap is in between, you can still be considered a hit.
First of all,
Sade is a prime example.
That doesn't count.
It does. You said his career is done.
You know why it doesn't count?
Why?
Bobby Valentino can't fucking sing.
He did something to make that first single. That nigga bought it.
It doesn't matter.
It got your foot in the door. We live in an era, bro, where niggas don't even sing about real shit
But
anymore.
he dead, bro. Bobby V not coming back.
Guarantee you.
He not holding a candle to none of these young niggas. I don't give a fuck.
Shit.
Bobby Valentino is trash.
Look.
Over.
Keith Sweat, old ass.
He trash too. He need to go the fuck home.
Just dropped an album. And as much as you pissed off about the album because the contents of the song should not be sung by a 57-year-old man, if you take away the fact that it's Keith Sweat and just go based on the song, the beats, and how it sounds, the album is not that bad, bruh. You just hung up on the fact that it's Keith Sweat.
That's the whole fucking point.
No, the point is the music good? Is it relatable? Same thing with you and Lauryn Hill. You fucking hate Lauryn Hill.
Because oh my God, Tom. First of all, you cannot, they calling Lauryn Hill the GOAT. Why is she the GOAT?
Because that album, even though it's one
fucking album.
But nobody can compare to the greatness of that album from beginning to end.
So you dropped one album in you dropped one album in the year 1996.
She dropped the perfect album.
So that still gives you the right to just miss concerts, not show up for shows. Like, come on, Tone. That album is only...
That ain't got nothing to do with
that-
whether or not
That album is
album is
probably only 56 minutes. The fuck else kind of content is Lauryn Hill creating on this stage here?
But
bro?
here's the thing. Here's the problem with that, Lauren. Have you listened to that whole album beginning to end before?
It's a good album.
But that's just it. She has this. She's stuck in. Okay, first of all, I cannot justify her not being a timely person. Like
I'm
you
not
setting black people back.
I'm not giving nobody no credit for nothing.
First of all, I don't know who the fuck called her a goat because
The people.
But if you call that one of the greatest albums of all time, if that's what they mean by goat,
No, people is calling Lauryn Hill.
no, that
a
album,
goat.
yes, that album is definitely in the top 10 greatest albums. Period.
But okay, and I get it. That was a great album, but we in the here and now. This is a what have you done lately type of life. Or
Go to jail for taxes.
as far as music goes, we in a what have you done lately. So I don't want to hear Bobby Valentino talk about he the king of R&B when you drop music, it's done. So ain't nobody checking for you.
Well, that's
Like-
because ain't nobody checking for love music anymore, dog.
We just not checking from it for him.
Niggas are not making love music. Niggas is making I want to fuck you in your ass right now music.
Ew. Wait a minute, bro. Back up, slow down.
That's the kind of
That
music
was
that's
too
coming
much.
out.
But I'm saying though, like, I don't want to hear him talk. I dig it. Jaquise got the confidence. You got the swag. I get it. You're supposed to feel like you're the best.
Nah, he can't have
No. I get it. It's confidence. It's a confidence thing. Like T.I. said, he was the king of the South. Nobody disputed it, so it stood.
Except for that one guy who was dressed up like a leprechaun on his
And
album
you
cover.
see what happened to his rap career. He got slaughtered. Lil Wayne, I'm the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired. And at that point in time, when he made that statement, nobody was rapping better than Lil Wayne. So it stuck. And now people still call Lil Wayne best rapper alive. It's more like a moniker now because I'm pretty sure it's a few niggas that got bars that Wayne can't keep up with now. But it's still like it's stuck at that point in time when Wayne said, I'm the best rapper, nobody was rapping better than him. If nobody out here was singing better than Jaquise, if nobody was putting out better songs than Jaquise, if nobody was if he was one of the hottest niggas in the game right now, him saying that, like, you don't have a leg to stand on. So you can't claim something and you ain't got nothing to stand on. You don't got no music that's yours.
Facts.
You don't got a hit on the radio.
Facts.
I don't even think this nigga got an album.
I think he got an album.
Man, I ain't heard it. I might have to Google this nigga.
Hey, nigga, it's Google.
Like, you can't be the king of R&B. Then you got niggas like Pleasure P who ain't had a hit since Pretty Ricky. Talk about, well, let's all go on tour together. Like, nigga, Usher ain't finna go on tour with none of you broke ass niggas.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. Let's not say never. Because if that price tag is right, niggas will do it.
Okay, so you want Usher to go on
New
tour.
Edition got back together
This ain't about New
for
Edition.
the second time
This ain't about them.
because of the money. And we know them niggas didn't like each other.
If I'm Usher, I ain't going on tour with Pleasure P. I ain't going nowhere with Bobby Valentino. Jaquise better shut the fuck up talking.
But see, why? See, here's the thing. You're taking the logic of how you feel and saying that's the decision everybody else should make. You're not respecting them, so you don't want to go on tour with them.
Facts.
But you're leaving money on the table for no reason. Just
What
because,
money are we leaving on the table? These niggas ain't selling out no building.
But you're going to be the marquee. See, that's the difference. If you put all them niggas' names on a thing, okay? You got to look at the
Tom,
generation.
what if I'm the marquee because I'm the bigger name? What the fuck do I need these niggas for?
You need somebody to warm up.
I don't need them niggas.
So you going to tell me you going to go on tour by yourself.
I can do it.
You could probably get more tickets for niggas who might actually come out to see some of them. You got to think about it. Jaquise is new, right?
I'm not taking him.
Hold on.
What he gonna do? He's gonna do a 30-minute set of covering my songs.
He dropped an album in June.
And nobody gave a fuck.
But he got people that listens to him. So even though his biggest claims to fans right now is because he's doing covers on YouTube to try to get his record sales up, the label says, "Hey, my nigga, you doing too much."
Jacquees can go to fucking sleep.
If you wasn't making money off of an album you dropped, we might let this slide. But because you actually have a legitimate album out there, and now you're trying to boost your sales by covering our people's songs, that's why we did a cease and desist on you.
Sing your own fucking songs.
But he was doing that to get people to come listen to him. Now that you got the people listening to you, then you have them listening to your songs. Jacquees is the newest nigga in there. So truth be told, as much as you say fuck dog because he ain't really got nothing, that's the perfect time when you as the marquee is supposed to take that young nigga under your wing. Like, hey, little nigga, come here.
Taking Jacquees no fucking
And that's why with you being the marquee, you will be the number one nigga that gets shitted on because of your behavior.
Fuck him.
You know who you sound like right now?
Who?
You sound like Nicki Minaj when Cardi B was getting her shine.
Nah.
Yeah, you do.
It's not the same.
How, nigga? You basically just said, hey, I'm the bigger nigga. I'm the one with the huge catalog. I'm the one who can do all this on my own. Why should I even give a fuck about you? Matter of fact, fuck you over there because you not on my level.
You want to know why?
That's literally what Nicki did to Cardi.
You want to know why?
And then got in her feelings because Cardi blew her out the water.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because he said he was the king.
And I give you that.
When you say you the king, that means you better.
But
You better than all those who came before you, and you'll be better than all those who come after you. And you can't hold my dick.
All right.
Fuck you. You're not going nowhere with me.
Let's take the same thing you just said. You just said for the generations. You do everything by generation.
Oh, well, then.
So by him saying the king, he could be talking about what's out right now. He could be talking about what's going on at this moment.
Bro, he can't lace Chris Brown chucks.
I'm not saying that he can't fuck with him because Chris Brown dropped a whole fucking 8 albums in one.
Right.
So
who's singing like this, bro?
This nigga dropped albums like he been in jail for the last 3 years.
Like
he been waiting to release this shit.
Jacquees ain't better than Trey Songz, and I really don't think Trey Songz can sing that good.
Trey Songz ain't for us though.
I'm not saying he not for.
No. That's why we feel that way about Trey. He don't make music for us.
But I give Trey credit though. When Trey got a hit, it's a hit. I just don't think he can sing that well. Like if you look at a Usher, a Chris Brown, a Tank, like Trey Songz ain't really all that great of a singer. But I'm not saying that he can't make a hit. He just ain't that great of a singer. Look, it's niggas who not really that good at rapping but got hit songs. It's the same thing.
Yeah, like Bow Wow.
And that's another thing that fucked me up. Like Bow Wow co-sign you saying you the king of R&B.
That's
Bow Wow.
You know what?
Shut
honestly, I think
that's not helping your case, Jacquees.
I think that actually made it worse.
It did.
Like not even trying to be funny, because
like Bow Wow ain't had a hit since Jermaine Dupri started writing for that nigga.
And that's actually a fact.
Fact.
That's actually a fact. Is the problem with Bow Wow is he's one of that dudes who has done a lot, but he hasn't done enough in each category to solidify him. Like he's done his TV stuff and his hosting, but he's only done enough for you to know he did TV shit. He's done some movies, but ain't none of them been quality movies, so you just only known that he was in a couple of movies. Then
Bow Wow reminds me of the nigga who he wasn't cool as a kid.
Yeah, that heifer.
What's she doing?
That's her ass.
That's nasty. But no, for real though, like Bow Wow reminds me of the kid who wasn't cool as a child. Grew up, got a little money. Now he want to flex. He want to show you that he could be cool, but he overdoing it. Like, look, bro.
That is true. He shooting himself in the foot.
Right.
Every
time he's on TV, just like.
What was that meme? That post he made where he was flying out somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I'm on a private jet. Clearly, nigga, you on a plane with a whole bunch of other motherfuckers.
Niggas, and the funny part was, I think as soon as he posted it, someone immediately posted a photo of that nigga laying down in coach. So.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, just I ain't even, like, I was willing to give you a shot as an adult. You had the whole little rebrand. You was hosting 106 Apart. You teamed up with my favorite rapper. They signed you to Cash Money. By default, I was listening to anything that had a Cash Money logo on it.
Like me and my No Limit ears.
Because we all know that these niggas on Young Money was trash.
Somehow Tiger made it.
It was only 3 hot niggas on Young Money that had names outside of the group. It was Tiger, Nicki, and Drake. When they did Young Money projects, it wasn't for them 3. It was for the rest of them niggas who didn't get no shine.
Well, they did that on the DTP, on the second one.
Right. For the rest of them niggas who didn't get no shine. That's what compilation albums are for, Tom. For the niggas on your label who don't get no shine.
So you telling me I need to do a compilation podcast?
Well, who don't get no shine?
There's a few people under our belts that don't get no shine.
I think everybody over here is shining.
You sure about that?
Nah, I'm not really sure. I'm just saying shit to make it sound good. But I'm saying though, man, this king of R&B shit, it's a lot of you niggas who ain't been relevant since shit.
Wait a minute, DJ Khaled was part of Young Money?
Yeah, he was. Oh, he was a part of Cash Money.
No, they got him listed under Young Money.
Well, I know he was Cash Money. Like, nigga, where the hell is Jay Holiday been?
In somebody's bed.
Suffocating. doing a video, and the lady walk up and ask him, is he valet? And he gonna be like, nah, you can't be a valet wearing Gucci.
Okay, see, I got to go back to this Young Money thing because it made me think, like, who the fuck was on Young Money?
Nobody.
Christina Milian was on Young Money.
Nobody.
Corey Guns was on Young Money.
Gun case.
Okay.
That's what killed his career, gun case.
Damn. He had hope, too.
He did. He was probably the best nigga on Young Money with the bars.
Gutter.
Nobody.
Lil Twist.
Big nobody.
Mac Main.
President. He forever got a job.
Yeah, see.
That's Wayne. That's one of Wayne's best friends.
Yeah. Chanel actually had hope. I had her little mixtape.
The singer?
The singer chick.
She's still making music.
Yeah, but I had her mixtape.
But nobody.
Chanel West Coast.
Big nobody.
What? Hey, all BS aside, Chanel got a couple of hits.
She can't rap.
No, she got a couple of hits.
She cannot rap.
If you move her to the pop category where she belongs at, Chanel got a couple of hits.
Chanel West Coast is trash. Only thing she will ever be famous for is sitting on that motherfucking couch looking at funny internet videos with Rob did that.
Hey, dog. She got a fucking laugh that's infectious, though.
Well, her raps ain't infectious.
Well, Currency. You can't not Currency.
I love Currency.
Currency he just didn't, he shouldn't have been on Cash Money.
They didn't know what to do with Currency.
Right, I was saying he didn't belong there.
They didn't know what to do with Currency. That's why the album never dropped.
Glasses Malone.
Nobody.
Jay Mills. Jay Mills had bars.
Bigger nobody.
But Mills had bars. He was just, okay, he has the same problems that battle rappers have when they try to go to the actual music side.
Right. Jay Mills can't make songs.
Right. That was his issues.
He can rap. He can rap forever, but he can't make songs.
All right. Omarion.
He wasn't on a label long. He got fired.
But he still was there.
No, he wasn't. He
still counts.
No, it doesn't.
Look, when you're in the NBA and you play on a team, whether it's one game or 100 games, you still got a jersey and your name is still in the record books.
I don't count that. He wasn't there long.
Still counts.
He leaked a song and got fired.
Still counts.
No, it doesn't.
Bump.
Oh my, yeah, he got bumped. All right, bumped off the fucking label.
All the rest of these niggas' name I refuse to say.
Oh no, we gotta go. We gotta read them.
Lil Chucky.
Yeah, nobody. You about as big as nobody is Twist.
Short Dog.
I like Short Dog, but nobody.
Boo. Like you.
I'd be amazed that is this like current like active members?
That's what it's. Oh no, dude, I'm in the former section right now.
I was surprised he had a job for so long.
Baby E.
I never heard of that nigga.
All right, now I'm on the current roster. Vice versa.
Yeah, nope, don't know them.
T Streets.
I thought he was a fucking DJ.
Stephanie Avento,
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Ace Vendito,
I definitely don't know him.
Regina Carter.
Regina?
Oh, that's Regina. I'm sorry. It looks like Regina.
Regina.
I hate black people. Only black people do that shit. Shit that's perfectly fine the way it is. We always gotta fucking try to spice some shit up.
Does say Regina Carter? It's like, nah, man, that's Regina.
That's Regina.
Regina Carter.
What a niggers.
Hey, I bet, like her life in school was hell.
Nah, because she probably went to an all-black school that knew how to say it as Regina.
Bro,
It was probably originally Regina, and everybody kept trying to flip it to Regina. Or maybe her government is Regina, so she made it Regina to sound like she a nigga.
nah, bro. Wayne definitely named this kid Regina.
Oh, that's his kid? That's why you know the name.
No, because
Gutter.
his pop's name was Reggie.
Makes sense now. Gutter.
Oh, he still signed?
Hoodie baby.
Oh, there you dude.
Flo and Euro
I like Euro. Euro actually can rap.
and Jay Jones. I feel like I need to say Jay Jones Jameson. Saying this nigga name.
Hey, if I was Wayne, I wouldn't claim that label. Like, you fought so hard to get your imprint off Cash Money to bring these trash ass niggas with you.
After years of tension with the Birdman and UMG over unpaid advances and rights to his catalog, Lil Wayne filed for a lawsuit in 2015 for $51 million. Lil Wayne and Universal settled, which details Lil Wayne will receive $10 million that failed to be paid to him, and Young Money ownership would be transferred from Cash Money to Universal directly. Additional, Birdman's 49% ownership and Young Money would be transferred to Wayne, which took effect September 13th, 2018. So, dog, what you telling me is the best rapper alive was getting fucked royally for years. And then the label that you were required to create in order to bring new artists in to help you get out your contract faster, he basically was shafting most of the money from you still.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, because if I read this right, Wayne now has 100% control over Young Money minus whatever belongs to Universal, of course. So regardless of whether or not he has these trash artists, everybody's one hit away. So if you write the right hit for one person, you'll be fine. Plus, as long as Drake is signed,
But see, that's the
he's
thing.
always
like,
gonna get paid.
I don't know if Drake and Nicki's still under Young Money.
they still under Young Money. I just didn't read. Well, Nicki is for sure, because she's still considered part of the active roster. Drake, on the other hand, was actually listed in the former acts category.
Right. See, Drake on his own.
But Drake ain't stupid, though. He knows who to go to get help.
Oh, of course, man. I'm just glad everybody's away from Birdman.
True.
Now, here's one thing I will say about Jacquees and this King of R&B shit. Who he signed to is why he will never prosper.
Who is he signed to?
Cash Money. Cash Money has never been a strong staple for R&B acts.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Like, look at the people that you just like. Christina Milian, she's average as a singer. Pretty decent. I mean, you gotta write her the right song. But like, look at the environment that is. Like, R&B acts are not gonna prosper on a predominantly rap label. Like, think about it. As long as you've been alive, how many R&B acts have there ever really been on Def Jam?
Let's look it up. Because I think at one point in time, Def Jam created their own solo division for R&B just for the sole purpose for somebody to focus on
Like
R&B.
it's been very few and far between R&B acts on Def Jam. The only person I can think of offhand right now is The Dream.
Nah. No, because when you think about it, when Def Jams took over Island Records, they got a lot of people that you didn't think were Def Jam, like Drew Hill and Cisco solo career. When the Isley Brothers came back,
They went to Def Jam?
when they came back for them last few albums, Kelly Price was under Def Jam, Music, Montel Jordan. Montel Jordan always been under Def Jam. I remember that because that Fallen song had the Def Jam logo in the corner of the single. I remember that. Case was Def Jam.
Okay.
'Cause I remember him being initially Def Jam.
Okay, well,
When 112 went solo after leaving Puffy. So they had a nice little
like
collage.
Okay, but it must have been somebody in that building that specifically took care of the R&B act.
That's what I'm saying. They broke off because it was eventually known as Def Jam Soul. So they eventually moved the division over. So you niggas over here care about R&B. You niggas over here care about rap. But I feel what you're saying, though. Like, a company that was initially built on rap is always going to take care of rap first.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, you naming those people was like, maybe the listeners will be like, oh, I remember them being on Def Jam. But it's like, I don't remember them being on Def Jam.
Right. It's one of those, like I said, it was because of the Def Jam Soul that a lot of those artists went over there. But Def Jam had a nice little...
And the only reason that The Dream stood out is because I remember when record, like you could see the rollout of new talent. Like when certain record labels wanted the new act to pop, they take the veteran artist who's been there for a while and they stick them on your first single.
Right.
So like when The Dream first came out, his first single, they stuck Fab on his label. Or they stuck Fab on his song. Because I think Fab had an album finna come out that summer. Dream was popping. And then I think Dream was on Fab's album. So I got why they stuck Fab there.
Like, because currently right now, you got Alicia Cara. That's the chick who made the song about being at the party she didn't want to be at here.
I haven't heard that.
Oh, you heard it. You just probably didn't realize it was her.
Oh, okay.
Like, if I played it right now, you'll be like, oh, that song. August Alsina. He's on Def Jam.
Yeah, but look at what he's doing. He don't give a fuck about his career.
Okay, that's on him. That's not their fault.
No, I'm not blaming that. I'm not blaming that on Def Jam.
All right. Janae Nico. She's on Def Jam.
Well, maybe this new crop of Def Jam niggas is catering to R&B.
Tiana Taylor. Actually, half of Kanye label is under Def Jam. Good music is like tied to them. Because I'm seeing niggas like Kanye, Kid See Ghost albums, which is the joint venture with Cudi, Pusha T, Q-Tip, Tiana Taylor, Tony Braxton is still on Def Jam.
What? She ain't put out no music in a minute.
Lies.
Tony Braxton got some new stuff?
I think she do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think she just recently
When
dropped
I found out
something.
she was still fucking Birdman, I stopped listening.
No, I mean, I don't blame you.
I'm gonna keep it a gangster all the way 1,000.
I know she did Marriage and Divorce, the duo she did with Babyface.
I want to hear her and Tamar sing a duet together.
I don't think they will.
You know, Tamar can actually sing.
I ain't say she not gonna sing, but when you got competing personalities, like, yeah, that's your younger sister, but sometimes you just gotta let people be them. So I can see that.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like I don't think Cash Money is the right spot for bro because they don't nurture R&B talent. Like, I know this is gonna sound wild to the listeners, but at one point in time, Young Money was not supposed to be a rap label.
I can believe that.
Young Money was supposed to be an R&B side to Cash Money.
I can see that.
And that's not what happened.
Sex and Cigarettes. She dropped an album recently called Sex and Cigarettes.
That might got some joints on it.
She got this one hidden album. I can't find it nowhere where she sampled Dear Mama.
Maybe that's why the fuck you can't find it. They hit that motherfucker.
It's a whole album missing off of Spotify. I think it might be in Apple Music, but you have to get the Japanese version. You know how like you get the U.S. release, and then you'll get like the Europe release or the Japanese release,
Okay.
and they'll sometimes have like extra songs or different versions of the song.
Very true, very true.
I think that's on the Japanese version.
You think that we got a Japanese version of this podcast?
I hope not, nigga, because I don't want to get reverse Power Rangered. Ugh, that just sounds so wrong.
Sound like a bad sex position.
Sound like a very bad sex position.
He reverse Power Ranger me.
But but since we're talking about Young Money and people departing and leaving Young Money, Drake has been in the news lately, and not in the way you think, people. Apparently, the Kanye West Drake beef has started up once again, and in the words of Juan, somebody need to take Kanye's phone.
Dog, like, who just let dog tweet for no reason?
The same people who let fucking Trump tweet. Like, it's even to the point.
I don't even know what they're beefing over. Like, what the fuck is Kanye mad about now?
Let me see if I can find. But the funny part is, speaking of the tweets, Kim Kardashian said she just wants Kanye off Twitter. And and Ariana Grande is trying to capitalize off of their situation. I don't remember. Okay, so Juan, you know they was originally beefing over the situation that occurred with Pusha T and Drake, right?
Right.
And we all know that during that whole entire conversation, Pusha T kind of stepped up, took the reins, and did the song about Drake's son, which all stems from the fact that I guess Drake helped write on somebody's album and he didn't get paid.
Drake helped write on Kanye's album that Yay.
Okay. So that beef, or what's going on now, is a continuation from that situation. So apparently Drake, during a phone call to Kanye, apparently threatened his life, threatened his kid's life, threatened his wife and the whole 9 yards.
Wait, Drake?
Drake.
Man, Drake ain't threatening nobody.
I don't know, man. Don't let that light skinness fool you.
I don't think it's because he likes skin. I just think genuinely Drake is a nice guy.
But money is involved. See, you got to take this narrative out of there. We are comfortable with being poor. Okay?
Well,
we want finer things, and we want more money, and we want more lives, and we want to be in a better position. But if things didn't improve, we're content where we are.
Right.
Give or take a couple of adjustments, of course. Well, when your livelihood is solely based upon the work you do, and you know for a fact that that work you did produced it, big money, you want what's owed to you. There's no excuse. Just like we ain't heard from Dame Dash since God knows when, but last year Dame Dash was like, hey, Lee Daniels, run me my money. Does Dame need it? Probably not. But if you see the person who owed you money doing big, you want your money. It's like saying, I loaned you $20, but then all of a sudden you get a $900 paycheck. Can I get my 20? So that's how Drake felt. And Kanye, on the other hand, like, I thought we was boys. I thought this was a favor for like, what's good? Like, I agreed to only giving you 10. Where's this sex you asking for? It's like, hey, man, this was the agreement. I said 10 per song. You dropped a 7-song album. I wrote on 6 of them. Where's my 6?
So Kanye Drake 60 bands?
No, I'm just using that number as an example. I don't know what he owed.
Like, I had to pull up on you for 60 bands, my guy.
Apparently, he owed him $500,000.
Hey, but you know what though? Like, niggas should have their paperwork in order. Like, I get it. But you know what, honestly though, and this is why I say I think just Drake is a genuinely nice guy. Because I think Drake was a fan of all this before he made it big.
Yeah, of course.
And when you're a fan of something before you start doing it, you don't perceive it as a business because you're talking to niggas that you idolized. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see how niggas get fucked over in that sense. That's just like if I was in the studio vibing with Wayne and we all bouncing ideas off and I write a hook for Wayne and then Wayne uses it. And then it's up to me to have my paperwork straight or I'm not going to get paid because he probably think, well, you know, that nigga Wayne, he look up to me. I'm his favorite rapper. This is gratis, you know. I can't, you know, niggas run around like, oh, bro, you owe me that. But, you know, shit, nigga, your paperwork wasn't right. How I'm going to pay you?
Right. Well, going into the tweets themselves, basically, looking at the actual tweets, Drake basically sent a clearance request for the Say What's Real. Basically, if you've been in the music, you know that in order for a sample to be cleared, all things have to be paid off correctly.
Right.
You have to make sure that, you know, samples are done, proper people are paid, engineers are paid, producers are paid, beat makers are paid. Everybody has to be paid. Okay.
Right. It's like a big ass pie and everybody gets a little slice.
Right. So you got to send your clearance request in to get your slice of the pie. He sent his clearance request in to Kanye, and Kanye took offense to it because apparently, you know, like I said, the beef before with Pusha T, which kind of included Kanye in it as well too. Kanye says, "Hey, bro, I'm out. Don't worry about, you know, we good, we cool." And Kanye apparently got mad about this. He was like, "I still need that apology for mentioning the 350s and trying to take food out your idol's kid's mouth." So I guess when Drake jumped on the Travis Scott song not too long back, he dropped some bars talking about keeping it G. I told him don't wear no 350s around me. Actually, he did it on the French Montana song, my bad. And basically, Kanye thought that he was dissing his Adidas Yeezys because his Adidas Yeezys are Boost 350s.
Right.
Okay. So I can see there, but to me, that's kind of a reach too as well.
I mean, he's taking plenty shots at Kanye then.
All right.
In the Travis Scott song, that nigga said, checks over stripes. That's what I like.
Right. And that's another thing he brung up. So he's like, he's been trying to meet with you for 6 months, sneak dissing on Travis Records, texting Chris, talking about how's the family. So, of course, you know, Chris being Kim's mom and Drake are cool because she don't want to grow up. So she cool with everybody young, if you ever noticed that.
But Kanye started this.
And I get that, dog. And I think that's why people like Kim is trying to say, like, dog, I wish my husband would stop tweeting. Because it's a prime example of when you're in your emotions and you're in your bag and you need to get that out, sometimes social media is not the best avenue to get it out.
Man, go lock yourself in the studio and make better music.
I mean, some people, that's what I would do. But then you'll end up with the Star situation where Star went in the studio and she made a diss record and all of a sudden that diss record got leaked. And see, you don't want the diss record because if you make this song trying to get this hate off your heart and it gets out, that's free range for Drake to say and do whatever Drake wants to say and do. Because you remember during the Pusha T beef, Drake had this fire that could end Kanye's career that, you know, he had to be talked down.
That probably don't exist.
Well, I don't know, bro. The industry is
unless he finna say, I fucked Kim K while y'all was married, there's nothing.
I don't know, bro. He said it could end his career. And I'm not saying that he don't have that fire because we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You know, a lot of stuff about the industry we didn't find. take Superhead for an example. We didn't find out a lot of shit about a lot of people until she decided to running off at the mouth saying, all these dudes, I fucked all these dudes, I did A, B, C, D, all these dudes were doing this here. Hey, Ray J came by my crib. Hey, the fuck is his name from Steve Harvey show? Romeo, yeah. Romeo was on my couch less than 72 hours before he killed himself or however he died. You know, like, these are things we didn't know about. Bobby Brown would be high as fuck at my crib. Like, these are things we didn't know until people put it out there. So I wouldn't say that Drake don't have that kind of ammo, especially being the fact that elite parties they done went to exclusive situations. Yeah, he may have fucked Kim. Hell, they both may have fucked Kim one time for all we know.
They had a threesome and Kanye don't want that to get out.
We don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that you don't want to get out. We were just talking the other day about people we know that who wants to come on the show, and we got to screen them because they don't want certain shit to get out.
Well, don't come on the show.
I'm just saying. So you got to look at it from that perspective.
We don't do no edits.
I mean, we do, but we really don't.
I mean, look, Kanye, you had a help in starting this fire, so now you just got to deal with it.
So apparently, but then they must have rectified it because during his whole entire rant and him saying different things, it got back to Drake that Kanye is tweeting all this stuff, and Drake called them. So the conversation was had. But my whole thing is, you didn't have to go that route. If you know for a fact that Chris is talking to Drake, then you go through Chris. Hey, Chris, do me a favor. Call Drake for me. Chris calls Drake, acts as a mediator. Get this shit squashed. Done with. Unless y'all trying to create some rah-rah because one of y'all about to drop an album we don't know nothing about, and now you got all this press on y'all, and you want people to go download and stream the album and listen to the album once through to see if there's any subliminals in there. This was stupid.
Facts. I don't know, bro. I think social media will be Kanye's downfall. Like, I want to support Kanye and I want to listen to the music, but I can't.
Okay, so here's a good point. Let's go back to the original thing that started all of this. R&B king. We don't want to give it to R. Kelly because he's a horrible human being. But his music is timeless where we have no choice but to fuck with him. Technically, Kanye is the same way.
No.
Kanye does dumb shit high and low. But if we really just turned on at least College Dropout,
right,
we'll listen to Kanye's music,
but that's how I feel
and
about
forgive some of the stupid shit he's saying.
That's how I feel about R. Kelly. Like, I'll only listen to old R. Kelly.
But I can't listen to old R. Kelly because with shit like the marriage to Aaliyah, the little girl getting pissed on, the whole entire you've had sex slaves in your house for a minimum of 20 years. Every song I hear from him, I don't see you singing to someone you love. I see you singing to someone you have captive or somebody's daughter.
Captive, like, dog, shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying, I can't listen to his music without visualizing this is not for who we think it's for.
So what you saying is the entire time that he was writing Ignition, he just had motherfuckers in chains and shit. Now, I'm not trying to be rude. Hey, pretty girl, I'm feeling you.
Or talking to a little kid. And that's even worse.
Why you do the things you do? Oh, God.
He might have been talking to a sex slave right there. Cause
give me that toot toot. BB.
Toot toot. Because they shitting on him. Or he asking for that shit bucket.
I don't know. Toot toot sound like cocaine.
Anything can sound like cocaine.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if I do a line of coke and sing my heart out, I could throw my name in the hat for the best R&B singer ever.
I think if you do a line of coke, you gonna think you singing your heart out. Because that could be the case with these singers as well too. They think they singing, and it's just not coming out right. But also,
I'll have heavy auto tune.
You know what? Not every singer is a performer. That's another thing too. Like Usher, R. Kelly, and Chris Brown can command the stage. Like, I don't think you will ever get a shitty performance from them.
But you want me to take Bobby Valentino on tour with me?
He's just an opener. I just need him to sing 2 songs, maybe 3, while I'm in the back getting my dick sucked and doing cocaine off some bitch titties to prep me for this show I'm about to put on.
But you want me to take these random ass bucket niggas?
Because here's the thing. I want you to take these 1 single, 2 single people out. Because people are going to come out to see those 1 single, 2 single people that may not have came to see me at first. Like, you might not want to see me, even though I got great songs. But you're like, I'm not a huge Tone fan, but I'm here to see Jacquees because I like the way he sings such and such song. And now you've paid all this money to come see this concert. You're going to stay to see Tone. And then you get to hearing me and you see that I put on a great-ass show performance and you find out there's a certain song I performed was my song because you didn't know it was my song because you heard it on the radio one day, and now all of a sudden you throwing your bras and panties at Tone on the stage. You're not coming in the back with me. I'll let you go back to see Juan, but, you're not coming to see me. But, yeah, you need them little young niggas. And then when you start schooling them and you start putting them under your belt, niggas gonna look at you like, dog, he's the greatest.
I'll take...
Okay, since you won't take these niggas.
I won't take Jacquees.
Who would you take on tour with you? And it can't be an upper echelon ass niggas because y'all gonna fight for marquee. So that's gonna be a waste of a show.
I take LMA.
You'll take LMA?
That's how I'm gonna get some chicks like that.
Okay. You can't don't try to fuck LMA on
tour. No. I take LMA. I take Kalani.
Okay.
What's the nigga that sings Location?
Like Khalid.
Khalid.
Okay, I give you Khalid.
I would take him, and I'll probably take like a mid-level rapper who he got enough hits, or he got enough songs that he could do a set. And he's got like 2 hits.
And that's scary because I would take Anderson .Paak as my mid-level rapper. But Pac is getting to the point where that nigga might marquee.
Yeah, you can't take him.
I'll take Doja Cat.
Okay, I can see that.
I'm definitely taking her with me. I would take... Oh, I'm in the wrong playlist. That's why I can't find who I want.
I'll probably take somebody like Lil Baby.
Nah, dog.
But see, Lil Baby...
No, only because it doesn't fit my style.
All right. It doesn't fit your style. Because I was like Lil Baby got some hits. He's got a lengthy enough catalog where he could do a set, and he's got some hits that people will recognize because they play him on the radio all the fucking time.
Well, I would take my boy Novell because Novell got some hit. He just need a chance to get out there.
I've never listened to Novell.
You've heard me play him a lot of his mixtapes a while ago. I just been off of him lately because he's been doing more producing than actually writing himself. I'll take Novell. I would take Sci-Hi.
Sci-Hi the Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a vet, but he's definitely mid-level.
He's just I'll take SZA. Because she's big enough that people would know who she is, but not big enough where she can be the marquee.
Okay.
I'll take SZA.
So she'd be the person that come on before you go
Yeah,
on?
she'll be the person that come on before me. I'll even say sometimes we co-headline. It's this new chick out called Amber Mark.
I don't think I've heard of her.
I think you may have heard me play her, but you may not have heard her altogether. Yeah, and Pac. I gotta have my boy Pac with me.
You got some joints.
Oh, Black.
Okay.
Gotta take Black.
You know what? For a mid-level rapper, if Tory Lanez had more rap songs, I could take Tory Lanez.
Take Tory Lanez anyway. But just make him Make him work on an album prior to before y'all go on tour.
Because he could do both. Like, he could come out, sing Woo the Bitches, and then he come out and spit some bars.
That's why I take Pac and Doja Cat.
No, you can't.
No.
You can't have Doja Cat.
You can have Doja Cat. I'm taking Nitty Scott.
Yeah, you can have Nitty Scott.
I gotta have Nitty. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. If I take Nitty on tour with me, I'm gonna try to fuck her.
I was just gonna say, like, I definitely gotta see if Doja Cat wants to let me suck some milk out those breasts. Those breasticles.
Would you get on stage with her in a cow suit?
Yeah, I wear a cow suit and do Bitch I'm a Cow with her.
You gonna do Bitch I'm a Cow with her?
Cause it's popping. I love that song.
Bitch I go moo. You gonna be a fat ass cow dog.
Man, we got a rap, Tom. I got shit.
I was ready to say we've come to the end of the episode because this nigga got his shit. I thank y'all for tuning in to another edition of the Death Fresh Show. Make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms such as iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, Spotify, Deezer, SoundCloud, Castbox, Mixcloud.
What the fuck is Castbox?
It's basically the Android version of the podcast app.
Oh, okay.
So we automatically go to it. It's actually pretty dope. It's a pretty dope app. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Google Play, dog, because it's been taking damn near a day to fucking update the shows.
That's why I don't even promote Google Play.
I do it because if we gonna promote iTunes, you got to do the other alternatives.
Just because you got an Android,
you got to do both. But yeah, so make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms. Be on the lookout 2019 because the Death Fresh Show is trying a few things new for Tone Deaf Radio. As you know, we're always a tester, so be on the lookout for not only our Facebook group, but we will have our own app in the app markets.
You weren't supposed to tell people that.
Hey, I didn't tell you when it's going to drop. Shit, DC told you they got their app, and it's been coming forever and a day. I mean, it's out now, but Lord knows how long it took to get here.
They just get an app for the Xbox. So I can
whole niggas was fucking paying a whole year, but didn't know when it was gonna start.
I got the app. I'm not paying for it.
But I don't know what I'm working on to see if it can be a universal thing in the Windows market. Because if it's in the Windows market, that's a wrap then, bruh.
Facts.
Well, I mean, you got Spotify on the app. I mean, on your window market. You can hear us on there. You never listened to the pod while gaming?
Yeah.
Okay, we good.
I'm just saying, like, I was talking about the DC shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They need to make an app for games, like Xbox and PlayStation.
All right. With that being said, Juan, take us home.
You cannot truly be the king of R&B if you've never done cocaine. So if you've never done cocaine, exclude yourself from any R&B talks. Because real R&B niggas do cocaine.
Facts. With that being said, people, we out.
We out the bitch.